Y'all know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Man, oh man, it's been a very, very long time since I did one like this. What's going on, everybody on YouTube? This is Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. I just finished doing a live stream on Periscope, but I thought of something that I didn't even talk about because I was on a different topic there that I wanted to mention right here. And this message is specifically for you people who are in the 13 to 24 age range. It shouldn't even be 24. Let's say 13 to 18, because that's the demographic that I hear this from most. And this is the thing. This is people saying, I don't have a lot of money, or I can't buy something. Like I'll be on Snapchat, or I'll be on Periscope, especially Periscope, because Periscope, for those of you who don't know, is a live streaming app, or Facebook Live. When you say something, people could comment right there on the spot, so you can get the immediacy of the conversation. And I'll say something like, somebody will ask me a question like, Dre, how do I develop more discipline? Or how do I start working on having more mental toughness? And I'll say something like, yo, I got a book called The Mental Handbook that'll help you with that. Or I got a book called The Mirror of Motivation. It's made specifically to help people get their mind right, start developing that mental toughness. That bulletproof mindset is a starter kit for it. And somebody will inevitably, almost every time this happens, I'll get it in email, I get it in the YouTube comments. I say, hey, go get my book, The Mental Handbook. All you gotta do is pay the shipping. They're like, well, it ain't really free. Or they'll be like, well, I don't have a lot of money. Listen, let me explain something to all you young people. If you 13, 18 years old, maybe you're in college right now, whatever age you are, you might be 50 years old with the same mindset. Not having money is not okay. Not having money to do things that you need to do for yourself is not an excuse to not do them. So when somebody says, yo, how do I start developing my mindset? And I say, I wrote a book called The Mental Handbook, and it's $12.99 on Amazon. And you say, well, I don't have a lot of money, so what do you have that doesn't cost money? That's not okay. That's not cool. That's not being smart. That's not saving money. No, that's not smart. That's stupid. That's a problem. If you don't have no money, we call that broke, right? Being broke is not okay. Being broke is not a situation you should be proud of. It's not something that you should use as a crutch to tell somebody they should do something for you that you ain't willing to pay for. That's not acceptable. And then somebody came to me and said, I did a video. I did a video called Why You Need to Invest in Yourself ASAP. If you never saw that video, go look that video up. It's here on YouTube and it's free for all you broke people. And so some kid left a comment. He was like, well, Dre, I don't agree with what you're saying, Dre, because my parents don't really have a lot of money. So we had to be very, we had to be very cost efficient with the things that we did. And then he said, well, now I just graduated college. I'm only now able to start buying things that I want. So I don't think it means that something is wrong with people who don't invest in themselves. Maybe they're just being smart with their money. Bullshit. Dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. And he just went to college. So whatever school you went to, son, you need to go get your money back. Listen, if you 15, 16 years old and you say, I can't buy things that I want, because obviously he sees the value in investing in himself, because y'all got to check what I'm saying here. If somebody starts explaining why they can't invest in themselves, that means that they obviously see the value in it. That's why they bitching about it and making excuses, because they know it's something that they need to do, but they giving themselves an excuse to not do it. You follow what I'm saying? Because if somebody thinks investing in yourself don't make sense, they wouldn't even be commenting. They'd be like, oh, well, no, fuck this video. I don't see nothing in this video that's for me. So what you got to understand is when somebody starts bitching about it and making excuses like, well, I can't invest in myself because I don't have a lot of money, or this product costs too much, or is overpriced, or can I get a discount, or my parents ain't. When people start saying that, that means they already know that they want it, but they're giving themselves a built-in excuse to not do anything about it. Y'all following what I'm saying here? This is very important. And if you 15, 16 years old and you don't have the money to do something that you want to do, and the first thing out of your mouth is, oh, my parents don't have a lot of money, you're the fucking problem. It's not your parents. It's not your parents' responsibility for you to have money when you're 15. When I was 15, I had a job. I got my first job when I was 15. I worked at Pizza Hut. When I was 16, I got another job when I was working at Friendly's. When I was 16, I got another job at Rita's Water Ice. After that, I got a job at McDonald's. I've been working since I was 15 years old, regular jobs, before playing ball, before entrepreneur, all of that. I've been putting in that work. So you young people talking about, oh, I ain't got a lot of money, so I can't do the things that I want to do, or it's just smart that I can't invest in myself. Bullshit. What are you talking about? That's the reason why you're in the situation that you in. Now, we call that being broke. Now, being broke is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean something's wrong with you if you broke. Broke means you don't have no money. It's a temporary state of not having money. Hopefully temporary for most of you. Poor is even worse. Poor is a mindset. See that kid that came in there with that dumbass comment, don't even know what he's talking about? And again, he just finished college and still don't know nothing. See, that's the reason why college is a scam. He spent 4 years in college and still stupid. Being poor is worse. Poor is when you make excuses for not having money as if you're being smart. As if it makes sense to not have money. As if it makes sense to not invest in yourself. How you go to college for 4 years still dumb? That was a bad investment. Again, that whoever said that, he need to get his money back. And anybody who agrees with him, you need to get your money back from wherever you've been. Wherever you spending time. You spending 8 hours a day in school and still don't know nothing. And that's why you need to listen to what I'm saying. This is free, so you can't even complain that it costs money. I tell people, I was on Periscope like a week ago. Somebody asked me something and I said, I got a book called, he said, how do you start to be more disciplined? I said, I got a book called The Mirror of Motivation. The subheading of the book is The Self-Guide to Self-Discipline. It's literally about discipline. So when he asked me how to be disciplined, I said, yo, I got a book on discipline. Go get the book. And somebody else left a comment trying to be like, it was like a sideways comment. He was like, yeah, the answer to your question is in his paid book. That person who said that, who left that comment, he's poor. He's worse than broke. See, it's okay that anybody could be broke. I mean, the richest person in the world could go broke if they spend all their money. If I take all the money I got and I spend all of it, I'm broke, but I will never be poor. Why? Because I got the mindset understanding that I can get the money back. I got the mindset understanding that investing in myself is important. See, you got a smartphone in your hand as a $800 device. All y'all smartphones, if you could watch this video on your phone, that phone is worth at least $600 retail. How you got a $600 phone in your hand, but you don't understand investing $10 in a book that took years and years of me learning in order to distill everything down to 60 pages, 100 pages, 25 pages to give you knowledge. You understand what that's worth? You understand the return on investment of that? If you don't understand that, you need to get your mind right. And this is the major point I want you to get from this, is why I targeted this to the young people. Being under the age of 21 does not make it okay for you to not have money. I'm gonna repeat that. Being under the age of 21 is not an excuse for you to not have money, not want to invest in yourself, not be doing things to be able to get the things you want for yourself. Don't ever come out your mouth and say, well, I can't get the things that I want. My parents don't have a lot of money. What the fuck your parents got to do with it? Who said anything about your parents? I ain't say your parents need to buy the book. I said you need to buy the book. If you ain't got the money to buy a book that you want, it ain't your parents' fault, it's your fault. You know how to walk and talk. You got a phone. You know how to use the internet. What's stopping you from getting a job? What's stopping you from going to Costco, buying a case of Gatorade and going and selling it at school, or selling it at work, or selling it on the corner, or go buying a bunch of Skittles and Starbursts and Snickers bars and selling them at your job or wherever you be at? Oh, you got an excuse of why you can't do that too, huh? You see a pattern here? You see that pattern of excuses that people come up with for why they can't do things? And then they think, and again, this is why I'm talking to the young people, they start thinking, oh, well, I'm only fill in the blank, whatever their age is, as if it's okay because they're only this age. Listen, let me explain something to you. When I was 15, 16, 17 years old, I knew all my friends, you know how old they were? 15, 16, 17 years old. And the ones who made the same excuses that I'm hearing from y'all these days, guess what they became when they got to 30, 31, 32, 33? Same people. The same people. The habits that you are building right now as a teenager are the habits that will make you as an adult. You don't just turn 21 and all of a sudden everything turns around and you change. It don't happen like that. Everything that you do, every single thought you think, every word you say, every action you take builds on each other. You are either building or destroying every single moment. When you say something stupid, you're making yourself more stupid. And it's not an isolated, like I could just throw that away because I was only 15 at the time. It's not like, if you get a credit card when you're 16, you max it out, don't pay it off. When you turn 18, you get a fresh slate. That's not how it works in life. That's how it works with the credit card company. It's not how it works in life. You got to get your mind right about money. And if you don't understand everything I'm saying here, I'm going to help you out. And it's free. I got a podcast called Work on Your Game. It's every single day. I talk about money often. I talk about the mindsets of money. Because if you ain't got the right mindset of money, you can have $1 million, you're still going to blow it and be broke all over again. Because you got a poor mindset. So you can have $1 million and be poor. You can have $10 and be rich. It's just the way that you think. Because somebody who got $10 with a mindset that understands money, they can make the money back. They ain't even worried. They ain't even stressed out about it. Because they know they can make the money back. Now, a person who's poor, they can have a lot of money and still not do nothing because they don't understand investing in themselves. They make bad investments. Then all of a sudden, they're like, damn, where'd the money go? I had all this money. Because all they did was use it on shit that ain't do nothing for them. So this right here costs you no money, but it costs you your time, which I believe is more valuable. So hopefully, you got some value out of this. If you didn't, you need to watch it again until you understand it because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.